So now we have the first pose. Let's go ahead and start to mirror for the second pose. So like what I was doing before, I created the pose, so now I copied it over to frame 25, which you don't have to do. You can just do it, 1 and 2 if you want to, and then space it out later. I usually kind of have a rough idea of a walk, like I know it's going to be about a second long per stride. So anyway, we have 1 and then 25, so let's do our mirroring pose. So it's roughly about there. Have that. Pull it out here. So now I can kind of see, it's pretty close. You can tell by these little circle dealies. So maybe this one's a little forward. Something like that. Doesn't have to be exact. And then this, we'll just... Now sometimes, some people get anal, they'll just go in here and look at this and then do like exactly the opposite. I don't really care as long as it's close. As long as it looks right, that's all that matters. So what's that, 38, negative 28. So this one would be, we could... something like that, whatever. So then I'll zero the feed out and then rebuild it. Boom. Boom. All right. So now if we look at the cog and the feet next compared to each other, so that's the pose we had before. Whoops. So I'm using the greater than less than keys that are right above the space bar. So it's like flipping in 2D animation. You have before, after, right? Boom. So this foot needs to be heel roll, something like so. It's pretty close. Okay, and then the spine. See, I'll just use this one, and then I will look at the channel that they're rotating, which is looks like it's the X. I'm gonna go to rotate X. Actually, I'll hit delete by type static channels, which gets rid of all the stuff I don't need. Actually, I'll just leave it. Okay, let's see. X. And then you can see what's going on as you key it. I have 2 monitors here, but obviously you can't see the other one, so I'll leave it kind of over here. So if I go over here, you can kind of see what happens with the keys here as I do it. Like that. So I don't like, I like having the graph kind of, I usually have my second monitor this full screened all the time. So, and then I'll just kind of do what I did with the other one and just mirror it just by eye. So you can see like here. I'm just kind of trying to be a little bit, kind of keep that almost exactly the same. So it's just one channel that's rotating, and then I'll adjust it. I like to do things separately in the graph editor, so I know I'm getting things kind of precise when it comes to, especially the cog and the spine. So then I'll look at the 2 poses and see the difference. So obviously they don't match. Look at from the front. Get that knee out there actually. So this is before I even animate. I'm setting up the 2 basic poses that define the walk. So I kind of really get in there and make sure everything looks exactly how I want. So from here to here. So get from the top. It's actually not too far off. Just need, it's shifting over to the right. So we'll just get it close. Okay, so then I'll pose his head and neck. Like I said, I don't care if it's exactly the same. I don't want a generic robot walk, because after you get the first basic walk done, the first stride, and then you copy and paste your animation over, then you want to vary it. You don't want it to be the same, otherwise it looks, again, like really robotic. And the first thing the eye does is pick up cycles, things that repeat. So people, after the second stride, people go, ah, it's a cycle. So then this arm would go forward. You can do the same thing with the greater than less than keys. You can see here's the one hand, here's the other. So it's supposed to be like right there. Something like that. Grab that guy, go back here, so it's supposed to be there. So you know it's going to be right there. So boing, boing. Okay, so then I'll fix the rotation on this. A lot of times people work stepped too, and they end up getting all kinds of gimbal going on. I'm sure most of you already know by now that you can use the Euler filter to fix that. But if you do run into stuff like that, a good way to get around it is by keeping your graph editor open over here in your second monitor. I don't like using the split screen thing, you know, like these ones where it has the graph, because it takes up too much of my screen. I like having a full screen here of just my character. So like that. Where's that elbow at? Is that it right there? Yep. Move that out here. And move that down there. Same with this one, kind of rotate it like this. And then I'll do the thing, I'm just going to do that. It's pretty good, it's getting there. So this arm's coming this way like I was talking about before, right? So the hand will reflect that, so it's going to be dragging because it's coming this way. This hand is coming up, so it's going to be bent that way. Boom, boom. And again, like I said, I don't care if they're exactly the same, as long as they work pretty close, because we're not, you know, humans aren't perfect, and if we were, it would be boring to watch us. Okay, so this would be something like that. Okay, there we go. It's getting there. Okay. Looks like this guy is moving too much, and then this guy's not moving enough. And this guy too. Something like that. All right, so that's pretty broad too. You can tell it's going to be a broad walk. Oops. Yeah, this hand needs to be more in, because that hand does not, like I was saying, it doesn't come straight forward. It's out here. So same in the rear. The hand is behind him, not out here. And we'll see as we break this down more, because now we have the two pose. I think that's pretty good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. This is kind of hyper extended, so we need to fix that. So this needs to be brought up. Something like that maybe. Oh, I forgot to animate or pose that foot. Put the ball roll in there. Boom, there we go. 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now we have a matching pose. So I'll go ahead and, so that's basically how you do it. You just eyeball the heck out of it. That's how you do it. That's the best way to animate anyways, using your eye. Okay, so I'll go ahead and save this.